You know, it's hard out here for a light worker when you're trying to stay collected from distraction. I've been on those beats lately. Beautiful beings. We're going to talk about things that need to be talked about because that's the whole point if you come on this channel. It's because you're ready to seek something deeper. You're ready to seek how not only to heal yourself, but to understand levels of who you are that aren't beneficial to you, that you picked up from the paradigm of what we consider society. Yes, I'm always going to do air quotes because even though we do need these laws in place to keep us organized, there's a different way we could go about it. But we're not being taught those different ways because they don't want us to know our truth. And honestly, how to really understand who we really are internally, not just externally. Nature, I want to be all up in my ear. But beautiful beings, today I want to talk about shit that a lot of people don't want to talk about. And that is how to stop being addicted to someone. And when you understand this very concepts that I'm about to share with you, you will understand why we're so codependent on the wrong things that we consider love.
If I could walk alone on water, ooh, I would. If I could set
Nature is loving me today, and it loves you. That's why I woke you up today. What is going on, you beautiful beings? Welcome to another episode on Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. On this channel, I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love, and I do guided readings for each zodiac sign. And I feel I need to talk about things that need to be talked about because it's our divine right to know more than what we have been told. Now, today, beautiful beings, there has been something in my life that has caused me to be distracted to my divine path. And I know a lot of people will agree with this and a lot of people will relate to this. And that is always being addicted to wanting someone by your side, to being in a relationship. Now, I'm not saying everyone is like this, but deep down, I don't care what anyone says, they do desire a connection with someone close to them. I don't care what anyone says. They say they don't want a relationship. Hey, maybe they're secure in themselves, but deep down, everyone wants someone to at least understand them on an intimate, deep level. And intimacy to me is not just physical touch, you guys. Intimacy to me is about into me you see, into you I see, with no judgments. But here's the thing. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I've been so equipped with the false narrative of thinking love is outside of us. Blame Disney Channel. But it's for a reason, you know? They teach us all these things because they want us to be distracted. They don't want us to know our power. And love is the most highest frequency of all. So, of course, they want us to teach us that it's in another person so we could get distracted and understanding that it actually is within ourselves. It's actually all around us, and that's how we got to tap into it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we get into this, I want to relate to you guys so you can understand and grasp why this is so important to implement in your life. Now, I know a lot of people in the twin flame community, people who are in a twin flame, people who have soul ties, people who have psychic ties with other people to the point you might be thinking about a particular person a lot lately. I know I have. That person probably is thinking about you. That's why you're thinking about them. You know, there is a roaring to find what consider our other half, when really there is no such thing as an other half. There is a such thing as understanding you're whole and complete as your own, but there could be someone you could add to that happiness that you have. So today, I'm going to share with you guys. You know, all my life since I chased relationships, love relationships, I've been controlling, I've been judgmental, I've been a hypocrite, I've been called a narcissist in most of my relationships. I'm going to own up to that. Yeah, I have been. But this recent relationship, well, fairly recent, I didn't realize how much I could love someone. I didn't realize how much I could really fall in love with someone and understand love is unconditional. You don't seek something from someone because you feel inadequate. You want to add to someone's life and support them. And I didn't know that. You know, I beat myself up so much for that. And I know a lot of you guys beat yourself up for feeling guilty for being codependent, or feeling guilty for giving too much, or feeling guilty for allowing such manipulation or emotional, mental abuse. I get it. But today, I want to let you know, don't feel guilty if you feel like you missed out on an opportunity. Don't feel guilty if you feel like you gave or you wasted your time. I want to explain to you today the importance of how to stop being addicted to someone, but understanding why you were in the first place. You know, homegirl gotta get her notepads on. Now, as I started to learn detachment, emotional, energetic detachment, I started to really understand that love doesn't reside in receiving something from someone. Love resides in understanding your connection with the divine and how you offer that love to the world. Because what you give out is what you get back. But you can't give if you don't understand what you have. So I want you guys to have an open mind and have an open heart. You may cry. You may have some shame. You may have some guilt. It's okay. I want you to understand, don't beat yourself up because you were unconscious of your ways. I know I was, and I beat myself up for so long, and I had to realize we can't regret the decisions we have made because it taught us to build a strength and understand what we have to offer. That is so beautiful, and I don't care what anyone says. There are some people who choose the darkness. There are some demonic people who choose the darkness, but deep down, they're still a child of God. They just lost their way, immensely lost their way. All you got to do is send love, prayer, and light to that person. Because deep down, there is still a broken child within them. The same way there's still a broken child within you. But I'm here to tell you, you are not broken. You're just needing healing and love from yourself again. And the way to do this is by how to stop being addicted to a person and how to give that to yourself. And the first way to understand how to stop being addicted to a person and give that to yourself is first, understand what energy do you seek that you needed as a child. Now this is very important. This goes from the concept of, most men would say, oh, women pick people like their dad, or men pick people like their moms. Here's the reason why. Now you could be a woman and into woman like I am. You could be a man and into man. Energy, masculine and feminine energy, we all have them. Some people are dominant in their feminine energy, and that could be a male or female, and some people are dominant in their masculine energy, male or female. Now, but we all have both of these energies, and when we're seeking from another person, for example, for me, when I'm seeking another woman, I realized I was seeking the feminine energy that I needed from my mother. Like they say, we always replay the dynamics of the relationship we have with our parents and our adulthood. Because even though we run away from our parents, we're still dealing with that cycle of trauma, of lacking nurturing, lacking love, lacking being grounded. So I want you to really dissect. When you're looking for someone, what is it that you're really looking for? What is it that you really need? Now, this is not trying to stem or project, oh, this person needs to give me this if they want to be with me. No. I want you to be open-minded and open-hearted. What is it that you're really seeking? Because most people think they're seeking love. Most people think they're seeking comfort. But really, we're seeking a fulfillment and filling a void of the energy that we lack. So you might be a man and you lacked nurturing from your mother. So you seek other women to do that, but you're so controlling in your dominant energy because you've probably been around your father for so much, who doesn't allow in love. Or you're probably a woman who seeks energy from a father figure that you didn't have, so you're seeking the groundedness, the stability within a man. So I want you guys to understand the energies, a lot of lizards, the energy that you are seeking in another is what you can fulfill within yourself. We have masculine and feminine. The feminine is all about nurturing, caring, self-care. Let's go for the tarot for a second. The Empress and the Emperor. The Emperor is all about discipline, all about knowing when to take action, knowing when to fight, knowing when things need to get done, and when to take a step back and understand their worth. And the feminine understands the power of creating through receptivity and self-care, self-nurturing, and fertility, not just through a baby, but through ideas. So understand these two dynamics you have within you. How can you nurture yourself when you need that love that you feel you can't get from anyone else? How can you take care of yourself? Take a bath, make a nice meal, You know, say affirmations to yourself. Look at yourself and really see what it is that you want someone to see within you that you need to see within you. Now, for the masculine energy, how can you be more disciplined? How can you go after things you really want to go after? How can you actually feel more grounded in your body and who you are and have faith in everything that you know you have potential to be? You know, it's very important to understand the polarity that lies within you. Because when you can learn how to bring these energies into balance, you will never seek anything outside of you because you already have it. And that's how you become a magnet to attracting exactly what you want because you know exactly what you need. Now let's get into the second one, boo-boo. Yo, these bugs love me out here. I don't care. It's fucking beautiful today. Now the second one is, when you chase, you avoid. When you learn, you allow. Oh, this one's a big one. How to stop being addicted to a person is by realizing the more you chase, the more you avoid what you need to work on. You know, when we chase love, we're chasing a concept of trying to fill a void. Because we feel inadequate, we feel worthless, we feel like we can't be with ourselves. The reason why we can't be with ourselves is because we don't want to face the very thing that's blocking us from feeling that natural love that is all around us. I don't care what anyone says. Love is all around us. The air that's here to give us breath, to give us life, was made through love. Shit, you came out of a womb. Your mother may have not been a good mother, but God thought the world needed one of you. That's love. So I want you to understand, the more you seek on the outside of you, the more you avoid what you truly need to understand, what you need within you. Now, when you learn, oh my God, did I get a mosquito bite on my forehead? These mofos got me. Got me good, man. Got me good. I'm using this all natural off spray. Don't even work. Gotta go with the natural stuff, boo boo. But now, when you learn, you allow. When you stop chasing and start realizing you are an attractor, like a manifester, and understanding your energies, understanding your divine energy, understanding that you can create the feeling of how you want to feel now through your imagination with divine, then you'll realize you will learn what is suppressed within you that makes you feel empty. What is missing within you that makes you think you need to seek things outside of you or seek someone. It's very important that you learn how you think about love, how you think about life. It's very important that you learn how you move through relationships and how you move through friendships or dynamics regarding people. It's so important to learn about who you are. Because self-discovery is the only thing that we really need to strive our journey on, is discovering self. And it's going to take lifetimes to do that. But the more you choose yourself, the more you allow yourself to learn, and the more you do a favor to the collective. Because the more you learn about what's missing inside of you, you learn to fill that. And the more you fill your own cup, the more it overflows to the point you will want to give love. You will want to give a shit. You will want to care the way divine cares about this world. So do yourself a favor. Stop chasing, because when you chase, you avoid what you need to heal. And when you learn, you allow, and you allow divine to bring into you the one that's meant for you. All right. Oh my God. They got me good, man, on my forehead. Oh, no shame. All right. The third one. Your source of completion comes from enjoying yourself with the Creator. Oh, I'm going to say that again. Your source of completion comes from enjoying yourself with the Creator. This one's a tough one. Because we've been taught to think being alone is a bad thing. Because we've been taught that we got to do things at a certain time frame. And that's how I used to think. I used to think I wanted a family this quickly. I used to think I wanted a marriage. Now I'm just like, you know what? Fuck a piece of paper. I would like a ring. Would I want a family? Sure. But I really would just want a connection with one person next to me. And have us travel and have us do wonderful things together. And talk. And supporting each other. And cry with each other. You know, I desire that now, because now I really know what I truly want, rather than thinking that there's a time frame we have to meet. And since we've been taught to think being alone is a bad thing, here is the false truth to that. The lie, I would say. I said false truth. The lie to that. And that is, we come onto this planet by ourselves, you guys. When we come out of that portal, we come by ourselves. And we come with a creator. That sounds really wrong. Oh, God. Girl, Brett. That's right. Gotta laugh, yo. When we come out that portal, we come by ourselves. And when we die by ourselves. We gotta meet the creator face to face by ourselves. We should never fear being alone. And we should never feel like we're inadequate because we choose to be by ourselves. If anything, I'm learning to commend the choice of being by myself. And I love it. And the reason why I love it is because now I'm getting so much closer to God. And I know you may be here, but I don't want to hear about God. Listen, there's one thing I'm going to be real with you. I used to think the same way. I used to think prayer was worthless. I used to think God didn't mean anything. And then I started to realize I was buying things. I was seeking relationships. I was seeking friendships. And nothing was working out. You know why? Because I was disconnected from God within. I was just disconnected from myself. And I wanted someone to come save me. But now I'm just like, what if there is something that could save me? What if something that wakes me up every morning wants me to go to it? Not just for my problems, but for comfort as well. That's what I'm here to share with you. Let's be real, yo. There's something that created us. Not our parents. Our parents were used to create us. There's something that thought the world needed one of us. Don't you think that that very thing that created us loves the shit out of us to think that the world needed one of us? So what makes you think we don't have the capability to spend time with that essence? So, for example, when you can enjoy being with yourself, you will have no problem crying with yourself. You will have no problem hugging yourself. You will have no problem saying, I love you in the mirror. You will have no problem taking yourself out to eat, being in nature, glorifying yourself in your own life, and giving yourself recognition for all that you have overcome and all that you are learning and all that you know that you're meant to be. You know, when you can enjoy this life with the Creator, you will always feel whole. You will always feel complete. I'm not saying you won't have desires, because you will. But the thing is, it feels so much better to know that you have something within you, that you can make the conscious decision to choose love or fear. And when you choose that love, you're connecting to something bigger than you. And that's a sense of comfort. We all deserve that comfort. And when we can give that comfort to ourselves with our Creator, relationships will be so much healthier to the point you guys aren't codependent on each other. You guys aren't addicted to each other. You don't have rose-colored glasses on with each other. You guys won't argue. I want to say you guys won't argue. You guys won't have up and downs. What I'm saying is that you won't rely on one another for your happiness. You will understand happiness comes from within you, and when you guys come together, that happiness can support each other. You want support for one another rather than depending on one another. All right, let's get to number 4. How to stop being addicted to someone is by realizing, learning others as they are, not by what you perceive they should be. I'm gonna read that again. Learning others as they are, not by what you perceive them they should be. Trying to make oneness is a codependent way. When we become controlling in relationships because we want things to go our way, we're trying to make that person resemble who we are. That's why when people say, oh, I'm trying to make someone who has this, who has that, who has this, who relate to me. What if I told you that you're only projecting your old relationships onto a new one? And you're not allowing that person to show you their potential? I would know. I ruined a lot of good relationships that way. And it's because I lack seeing my own potential. It always comes back to self. So I want you to understand, stop trying to perceive people by the perception of who you think they are and who you want them to be, and allow yourself to learn to accept people for who they are. Learn who they are, and then you'll see what is good or not good for you. But to project and judge instantly by without questioning, by not asking, you're setting yourself up for sabotaging something wonderful, and you're really setting yourself up for missing out. Now, I'm not saying you miss out on opportunities. What I'm saying is that you miss out on seeing who you can become if you allow yourself to open up. If you allow yourself to see that the world doesn't revolve around you, boo-boo. Just because you've been through some shit doesn't mean you don't have more shit to learn. Just because you've been through some shit and it kind of was consistent, what is it about you? Let's be real. We want to blame the other person. We want to think something's wrong with another person. What about you? What if you lack acceptance? What if you lack understanding? And I'm not trying to shun anyone for this, because I used to shun myself a lot for this. But I want you to be realistic, just for a little bit. Do you accept you for who you are? Do you really love you for who you are? Would you be with you? That's a good question. Would you be with you? And if you can't come up with something quick or say yes, then there's something that you need to realize and something that you need to work on. Because yeah, we all have something to offer to the table, but if you're not allowing yourself to sit back and observe, then you will miss out on the whole point of what you can learn. Listen, we're observers, you guys. There's something flying behind me. I think it's a butterfly. We are observers. The reason why we judge is because we were taught judgment. We were taught fear. We were taught to hate loneliness. We were taught to hate. But I'm telling you this because you have the power to choose. Would you rather be an observer and learn and see where can something go, see where you can head into, see who you can become? Or would you rather immediately judge and sabotage something that maybe divine actually put in your life to help you? This is why we got to get out our own way and trust in something bigger than ourselves. Because guess what? Our guides, our ancestors, God knows us better than we know ourselves. Because it created us. So let's be real. You know? So that's the fourth thing. Now, the last one, because I don't want to keep you guys too long. I already kept you guys this long. It's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. Sometimes I can't read my own damn handwriting because I'm so excited when I write. Okay. Real love assists your path. Toxic love strays you both from your path. This is going to be a deep one, you guys. The way to stop being addicted to someone is by realizing what are your toxic ways and what does love mean to you. Most of us think love means that we got to get something from someone else or it's required from another person. That's toxic love. Toxic love is about avoiding your own bullshit, projecting onto another person, and not allowing yourself to see who you can grow into and who that person could grow into if you guys can learn your ways of what has hurt you. Like I said, majority of our relationships as adulthoods stem from our childhood. What is it that you're in your childhood that you lack, that you want to create in a new relationship? Because majority of us, we weren't given love. We weren't even taught real love. We were taught toxic love through abuse, through narcissism, through codependency, through so many things that weren't even beneficial or true. Now, I'm not saying every family has grown up this way, but majority of families have. So I want you guys to really have an open heart and be honest with yourself. You know, all of us have toxicity, but all of us have love within us that we all deserve to give and we all deserve to receive. So it's time to be really honest with yourself. Oh my God, there's two freaking beautiful butterflies. I love it. It's time to be real honest with yourself. What is it about you that's causing you to miss out on opportunities? What is it about you that causes you to sabotage relationships? The reason why we sabotage relationships is because we're still living with pain. The reason why we're so controlling is because we fear that what has happened to us in the past is going to happen again. So much projection, so much holding on to the past that we lack the ability to see what's in front of us. Now, what is real love? What is real love? You got to ask yourself that. I'm going to be real. Real love to me is loving unconditionally. And it took me a long time to learn that. because I didn't love myself unconditionally. And I know a lot of people will say, damn, you talk about self-love all the time. That sounds pretty selfish. Listen, everything comes from you first. You can't receive something until you give something. Just plain and simple. That's how the universe works too. You may ask the universe that I want to manifest this, but you got to be proactive in showing the universe that you're ready to receive that. So you got to be honest with you. What is love to you? And if you don't love you the way you want someone to love you, then there's some work you got to do. And there's some toxicity that you're still holding on to that is preventing you from seeing someone as they are and allowing them to see you as you are. You know? So you guys, the whole point that I'm sharing this with you is because I want you to stop chasing love. I want you to stop chasing and being addicted to someone, being addicted to an ex, being addicted to the next potential partner, being addicted to a relationship period, because that's straying you from discovering your best self. That is straying you from allowing that person to discover their best self. You know, before I leave you guys, I'm going to share with you a story. So, even though I'm into women, I've tried a lot in my life to date men. And the last guy that I dated, he was so sweet. Like, he was really, really sweet, really supportive. But it didn't feel right. And your soul knows who you're meant to be with. Your soul knows. It just didn't feel right. So, after 3 months, I broke up with him. And he thought I lied to him. He thought I tried to be with someone else. No, I didn't. I just didn't feel right. You know, even though he projected out onto me because he felt insecure for my decision, I told myself, I'm really glad I made that decision. And here's why. Because if I would have stood there, it would have held me back from who I'm meant to be, but it would have held him back from who he was meant to be with. So, you guys, I want you to get into a state of being comfortable with who you are, being comfortable in your body, being comfortable as who you are and as God made you to be, and start getting comfortable with communicating with divine, with nature, with your crystals, with whatever deity you believe in. Get comfortable with that, because the more closer you get to your soul, the more closer you get to your soul, the more at peace you will learn that is within you. Because majority of us don't like being alone is because this is why a lot of us have troubles being present. Is because we're holding on to so much trauma. And I don't care what anyone says. Trauma doesn't sit only in the thoughts. It sits in the body. That's why we have certain ailments. Physical ailments. Illnesses. Why we have certain parts of our body that are hurt, that are in pain, is because we're still holding on to energetic frequencies of trauma, of pain from the childhood that has been suppressed, that we need to discover, that is actually rippling out into our lives, that are affecting good things coming in. So it's very, very important to discover self, to fall in love with yourself, because little do you know, you're learning to fall in love with the Creator. When you abandon yourself for other, you're abandoning the Creator. You're abandoning the reason and the potentiality of why the Creator created you. And understanding why you're here. So the whole point of this is understanding to stop being addicted to another person and learning that you are that other person. You are your twin flame. You are your soulmate. And little do you know, when you start to see and give that to you, the divine is going to be like, oh, you ain't paying attention? You ain't looking? I'm going to send you someone. I don't want you to do this because I want you to be waiting around for someone, to be waiting around an ex, to be waiting around for a twin flame. I'm just sharing this with you because I want you to stop abandoning yourself. I want you to stop thinking that you're not lovable. I want you to stop thinking that love is not within you when you are love itself. And when you allow yourself to sit with yourself, to see yourself cry, to see yourself laugh, to feel how good it is to be with you, to feel that you deserve the best. You won't need anyone or anything. You'll just want to get closer to the Creator and say, damn, I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to see what real love is all about. And like they say, self-love is real love. Self-love is real love. So other than my beautiful beings, damn, they got me good. Y'all, I like cover myself with mosquito repellent anymore. It's okay. I heard if you don't scratch it for like 4 hours, it goes away, and it does. It works. But other than that, you beautiful beings, I really hope this helps, and I really hope it brought clarity, and I just hope this helps one person. But other than that, you guys, I love you so much, and I really hope that you implement these in your life and realizing that the best connection you will ever have is with yourself, and then you will understand how to admire connections outside of you. So then, you guys, have a blissful day, get some vitamin D, and I'll see you on the next one.
If I could set the moon on fire